Hello, guys, and welcome to our second session here on all things carbohydrates and fats. So, all of these snippets of advice are absolutely crucial. They're so crucial, guys, and they will help you along the way. So, you do really need to take this stuff on board. I can't emphasize that enough, and I do need your full attention for this video. So, please turn off all distractions, get into learning mode, okay? Whilst I give you what you need to push you further into getting better results. So pause this video, grab your pen and paper, and get ready to make some notes. And let's get stuck in. Okay, so firstly, carbs. We all love them, we all need them. And there are two types. So the first one is going to be the one that is most obvious and common to you, and that includes the starchy types of carbs. We've got bagels, we've got breads, potatoes, pasta, rice, oats, cake, etc. All the good stuff. Okay, so that's the starchy type of carbs. The second, and probably one that will surprise you, okay, is fibrous, which includes all our fruit and veg. So, yes, your fruit and vegetables are considered carbs. Okay. So we're going to focus on the fibers. We're going to focus on the good stuff, the fruit and vegetables. Okay, because as you maybe you are a person who gets enough fruit and vegetable, but most people don't get enough fibrous foods into their diet. Okay, so for you guys to get the most out of this program and to smash your nutrition moving forward, you need to focus on your fibrous carbs, and this is what's going to help kill your hunger cravings, and it will hopefully stop you from snacking as well. So you can never have too many of these, and here is a quick and easy way to balance out your meals. Okay, so um, I've got a list here, so I'm literally just going to go through them, and this is how I kind of approach um, when I'm making my meals, how I approach including these types of foods into my diet. So salad leaves. Okay, so this is if you're on the go. Okay, you can easily grab some lettuce, some salad, fresh salad, rocket. Spinach is quite popular. Spinach leaves is quite popular in this house. So yeah, you can have these. You can just throw them, have them with absolutely anything that you're eating. Okay, green beans. Okay, fruit, frozen vegetables or fruit doesn't matter whether it's frozen, whether it's fresh. Okay, I buy frozen green beans. I have these nearly with every single meal. Okay, I'm not a big veggie eater, guys. I'll admit it, but green beans are very simple and easy to make. You could parboil them. You can throw them in the oven. Okay, they're very easy to eat. Okay, peas as well. Again, throw them into the micro, and they're done in 2 or 3 minutes. You can add them to any meal, and sugar snap peas as well. Mediterranean veg, your peppers, onions, tomatoes, garlic, kale. Throw it all into a baking tray. Throw it in the oven. Boom. Okay, add those to your meals. Roasted carrot and parsnip. Who doesn't love it with a Sunday roast? Okay. Your steamed boiled broccoli or cauliflower. I'll admit again, I'm not big into broccoli, but I do like tender stem broccoli. So there are different options and varieties out there. Okay. And you're going to aim to have at least 2 or 3 of these on your plate with every single meal. Okay. When it comes to fruit, you really can't look past berries. Okay. They are the best form of fruit. They have so many health benefits, full of antioxidants, which is good for just replenishing the cells in our body. It's also good for our gut health and our microbiome. So, they're a no-brainer. You can obviously have these fresh or frozen. They're great for adding to yogurts, porridge, baked recipes, or just eating on the go. Other fruits as well, kiwis, apples, pears, oranges are all great options for when you're on the go or you're looking something convenient. Okay, so hopefully that was useful. The next bit then is our starchy carbs, okay? And we need to get this right, Okay, it is recommended that if you are having starchy carbs, is to have them once a day and to have that in the evening. And why is that? The reason for this is because it's less likely that you will eat any more the rest of the day. Okay, so that is why having it kind of later on, having it, whether it's your rice or your potatoes, um, having those kind of later on in the evening will mean that you're less likely to go for something else a bit in something else after. Okay, um, carbs for breakfast. Now this will divide opinion. Okay, because we don't really require carbs after waking up. Just think about it. You've just slept for 8 or 9 hours, so there is no reason for you to be having a carb heavy meal for breakfast. Okay, there's too many people that eat convenient things like pastries and breads for breakfast, which actually leaves them craving and wanting more throughout the day. So just actually check in with yourself if you're somebody who's, had maybe been in that habit before where they're having a croissant or something for breakfast, or they're having a bagel or whatever, and then and maybe an hour or so later they're maybe hungry again or they're craving something else. Okay, and that's because there's these types of starchy foods. Um, are easy for our bodies to digest, and they leave us wanting more. Okay, so they don't really keep us satiated, they don't keep us feeling full, and we always want more of them. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Now, a fist size full of carbs is what's recommended here, so nothing more, nothing less. If you're ever struggling for whether it comes to rice or pasta, a fist size full is more than enough for you. Okay. Now you may be surprised that I've included bananas here. Okay, the reason I've included bananas is because bananas are actually very high in carbs, so I've kind of put them in here with the starchy kind of carbs just because they are higher in carbs compared to other types of fruit. Okay, so just be mindful of that if you are consuming them or if you eat them quite regularly. Okay, because they are quite high in carbs, and as well, there are some foods that are stodgy and can make you hungrier or crave more, and that's the likes of our breads. Okay, so it is my advice to you is to avoid having those. Um, at the beginning of your day. Okay, and just make sensible swaps. So, like, there are alternatives like oats, which are slow energy releasing carbs, which can help you keep full. But you should always opt for something high in protein. I would always suggest for breakfast anyway. So, obviously, for the benefits that I mentioned in the last video, protein over carbs for breakfast all day, every day. Okay, so, but I'm not demonizing carbs here, definitely not. Okay, carbs are the first food group that our body will look to get its energy from, so it's essential that we have them in our diet, and especially on the days that we are training or working out. Okay, it's important to eat a high carb meal after every workout as well, as that's going to restore our glycogen stores, which is essential for our body repairing and recovering. So carbs has its place. Okay, I'm a big lover of carbs, um, but it's the timing of when we have it and what type of carbs we have as well is going to be so important here when we're on our journey. Okay, so moving on to fats. There are two types of fats: healthy fats, unhealthy fats. The healthy ones are the likes of our olive oil, our nuts, oily fish, coconut oil, nut butter. I'd even go as far to put eggs in there because eggs could be quite high in fat, but okay, they're healthy fats. And then obviously the unhealthy fats, as you can see from the photo, anything can from fried foods to using vegetable oil, sunflower oil, margarine, or sweets, all the good stuff. Okay, so um, unhealthy fats. Okay, fall into two categories: saturated fats and trans fats. So the saturated fats are our fried foods like the vegetable oils and the sunflower oil. So that's why it's important to make some swaps when you're cooking your foods. Okay, not to be using any of these oils, and the body doesn't really know what to do with them. Excuse me, once they're digested. Okay, um, So they basically just are stored as fat. Trans fats as well, processed foods, okay. My own personal opinion, I'm and wouldn't be a big advocate of ready meals or anything that cooks quite easily in the from frozen. So, like processed foods, packaged snacks, and baked goods, margarine as well. There are trans fats too. Okay, so if you can, obviously try and cook from fresh. Okay, um, it's definitely one way of improving your cooking skills. So there are unhealthy fats. Our healthy fats then, um, just to talk about the benefits, great for your heart and overall well-being and function of your body. Obviously, incorporating healthy fats can help lower your bad cholesterol and improve good cholesterol. Okay, and this is obviously like our fish, oily fish, nuts, avocado, walnuts. Okay, peanut butters, coconut oil, chia seeds. Okay, loads of things there um, that that we can include in our diet, but include them in small amounts as well, because it's important to remember that while there's healthy fats and unhealthy fats, any form of fat is quite high in calories. Okay, so that's why it only makes up a small portion of our macros. So, so always think about the type of fats that we are eating and the amount as well. And some top tips, okay, have at least two forms of fibrous carb with every meal that you are having. Okay, so have at least two forms of vegetable or even a form of vegetable and maybe some fruit after a meal. Okay, with every meal that you're having, it's just important to get that in, just for our overall health and for the digestion of the foods in our body. Okay, coconut oil for cooking as well. I do it. It is amazing. Don't worry, you won't taste any coconut. 1 cal spray is great as well. It's an absolute cheat code. So you don't need to be using any kind of oils. Um, Make sure to measure and weigh your spreads, especially your nut butters. You'd be amazed to see what one serving of peanut butter looks like. It's nearly it's about half or even a quarter of a teaspoon, and there's like silly amount of calories, 70 to 100 calories or something in that one serving. So definitely be conscious of that. If you're ever weighing it out, but also to weigh your nuts. Okay, that's not me being rude, but definitely weigh your nuts as well, because if you're eating a full bag of nuts because darn told you to so because they're a healthy fat, quite high in calories, very high. So obviously, a handful of nuts is more than enough, and you don't need to be eating any more because they are quite high in calorie, even though they are a good healthy fat. But remember, like I said, all fats are high in calories, even the healthy ones. So just do track it using your MyFitnessPal. Just get in the habit of tracking everything, and that'll keep you right, and it'll get you achieving those results that you want. And if you've got any questions or queries or anything you're unsure about in the video, just send me a message.